Hi, this is Nicole the Lawyer of NicoleTheLawyer.com, and I am here today with Jody Jelas, author of the Amazon bestseller Lady Balls. And she is actually all the way over in New Zealand, which is fun. She's on the morning time zone. I'm on the happy hour time zone here. So she helps entrepreneurs create an authentic online brand, and she has a brand new program called Online TV Pro that helps you create and make money from your own TV show. And I think that's so important because I think that it's great to create these online videos, but it's so important that we're actually doing them with the goal of making money in our business. I think that we don't want to just get out there making random videos without really having a strategy. And it sounds like that is going to be what your program's about, kind of developing a strategy about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess there's so many people, even if they do get to the point of creating video, will just create a video or create a website or create a program, and then they just put it out there and then think, oh, no, this doesn't work. Why am I not getting any sales? But it's kind of like if you build a shop in a desert and no one knows about it, then no one's going to come and buy.
Right.
So the thing with the video and the program and what I teach is the video is part of a strategy. So when you talk about sales funnels, some people are like, what the hell is a sales funnel? So if you think of a sales funnel as anything that takes you from someone from being completely cold, maybe not even knowing anything about you or who you are, and taking them through some sort of funnel process and steps that then turn them into a client.
Mm-hmm.
So your video, your online TV show is essentially a funnel, because you need to be able to have that strategy of where you're going to funnel them into. And whether that's you want to get speaking gigs, you want to sell a high ticket program, maybe you want to sell low ticket stuff, maybe you've got a physical product, whatever it is, there's a strategy behind each one of those things. So it's not just throwing out video, it's structuring it in a way that leads people through. And most of us overcomplicate the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that hard. It's actually far more simple than people think.
So tell me, I work with a lot of women entrepreneurs who are just even so frightened to take that first step and create a video. They feel that they need perfect lighting. They feel that they don't know how to edit. I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to edit myself, but I still put videos out there. They don't know how to edit. They don't have perfect lighting. They don't know, how to set up their background. And I think, those are kind of some self-sabotaging things that they get stuck on. But what do you feel are the most important things that you do need to get started with a video series while keeping it simple?
So I've been doing video for maybe four or 5 years. And when I did change my blog post from text to video, it instantly quadrupled my traffic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So one of the things, though, at the start is I started using video, which was just my cell phone, and I did them outside because I didn't have lighting at the time either. So I just used the natural light outside, somewhere where there's light on you but not in your eyeballs, and maybe with a little bit of shade. Cloudy days are even better for it because you've got the natural light but without the sun reflecting off.
Oh, look at that tip.
So up until probably not even 2 years ago, I only ever used my cell phone. And my first online program that I offered, I did the entire program, the entire sales funnel, video series, blog post, all of it was filmed on my cell phone. Mm-hmm. That was all I had. And I had the cell phone sitting, there was a stool, and then there was a box, and then there were some folders, and then everything sat on top of it.
Right, which is actually my setup right now.
And then to get the camera focused, because that was the only hard bit, I had my daughter sit in the place where I was going to be on a big high stool, and I focused on my daughter, then got her out of the way, and I jumped it. And that was I sold an $8,000 program off that funnel.
Wow.
And it was my first high ticket. Mm-hmm. And I made, the first day I made 2 sales, so I made 16 grand in a day.
Oh my gosh.
And I've used that, with with clients, we've done it for lower ticket things. We've done it for people wanting to get speaking gigs. So even if you're just using your cell phone and the natural sunlight, there's no real excuses around equipment.
Right. What about editing and people feel they need to edit?
Whether you're on a Mac or a PC, they come with free video editing software. Mm-hmm. But I know how to use it, and it's so time consuming that for me, if you like going in and fiddling with that stuff, then there's free editors on your computer right now.
Okay.
iMovies for Mac, Windows Movie Maker for PC. There's some free ones you can download. However, if you're anything like me and you don't want to get caught up in that stuff, especially if you just want to be in front of the camera, maybe, there's some video editors on Fiverr we've used. You have to kiss a few frogs on there to find a good one, but, be okay with that. When you find the editors on Fiverr, some of them will edit a video out and chop bits out and trim the ends for you for $10 or so.
Okay.
So people also think that it's crazy expensive, and it doesn't have to be.
Right. Now, what about like length of videos? Should they be longer, shorter? Does it really just depend?
So interesting, because I've always taught. So they say that, I think I read, I've got the stat here on my desk, 87% of people will watch a 1 minute video, over 80% of people will watch a 1 minute video to the end. And I can see in my YouTube stats, that is true. Mm-hmm. However, most of my blog posts over the years have been 3 to 5 minutes. Okay. And, the amount of people that watch it to the end have been anything from 40 to 70%. And I've always said that that's the best length of time because that's what I was always taught. That's what I always did, and it always worked very well. Mm-hmm. However, just in the last few months, I stopped using my teleprompter. And just because I was lazy getting it out and setting it up, usually I'd go to do it and the battery was flat or something. So I was just I was writing my script, bullet pointing what I want to say, and then I would look at the paper, read a bit, say it to camera, look at the paper, read another bit, say it to camera, and then just get my editor to chop those bits out, crop in and out. So it's not like I get on the camera and go, I have to memorize the whole thing. I've got a piece of paper there.
Right.
So if I'm not using my iPad teleprompter, which is just literally an iPad, you sit right really close to your camera, I've got a piece of paper. So in doing that, I'm not using a teleprompter. My videos have been on average about 9 minutes lately, and I checked the stats, and it hasn't actually changed the retention rate on a video. Mm-hmm. So I'm getting the same percentage of people watching it to the end. So I actually put a question out there on Facebook just this week, and I asked them, what is it that has people watch them to the end? And they said, hands down, it's the content. Mm-hmm. Content, maybe a little bit of humor, just delivering it in an entertaining way, which doesn't mean you have to be funny. It might be, if you don't find yourself humorous on video, or you're a little bit nervous, so you might not be all jokester. Just any editing software, having some words come up on a screen or throw a picture in or just entertain in a different kind of way. Right. So tuck your bloopers at the beginning for 5 seconds as a little pattern interrupt, or at the end or something. Just hold their attention and entertain them in some way that's not necessarily just a talking head.
Right. So for people who still are going to hear like how it's really easy to get started, but they still have that fear, how do you help them through that? Or what are the best tips to get through that?
Okay, so I've got a whole video on my free video series. Mm-hmm. You can send them through to. There's the whole video too is around the 8 most common fears. Right. But again, I asked my audience this lately what their common fears were, and one that I'd missed, which was really important, is they didn't like the sound of their own voice. Oh, yeah. And so that one's beautiful because, especially being a Kiwi, we talk so different. Some people don't even, I've got Aussie friends that don't understand what I'm saying half the time. I don't like my voice and my accent, but as soon as you go to somewhere like America, people start saying to you, oh my God, I could listen to you talk all day. And you're going, what? Are you on drugs? Do you want to listen to this? Because what happens is when you do video, you're getting yourself out there. You're going global. Mm-hmm. And anyone who's not in your country, obviously you're going to not like your voice more than anybody else. Right. because they're listening to your message. Everyone's listening to what's in it for them. They're not worried about what your hair looks like, what your voice sounds like. You know, sure, there's going to be a few people who might want to be a bit of a dick about it, but you know, you can't help those people. You only want to focus on the people that you can help.
Mm-hmm.
So with the voice thing, it was when you're global, which what video is going to the entire world. All you want to focus on, whatever your fear is that group of people that you can help. Because whether you're coaching, whether you're in relationships, whether you're in marketing, health, wealth building, whether you're selling a tangible product or an online product, whatever you're doing is solving a problem for somebody. Mm-hmm. You're offering them a solution.
Right.
And more often than not, those solutions can really alter their life. They really improve their life or their business or whatever you're helping with. And if you stop focusing on worrying about what people are going to think of you and start focusing on that group of people who are dying for you to help them, then when you focus on those, it kind of makes what you're doing much bigger than yourself. Mm-hmm. And if you think about that as individuals, it kind of drives you to, for a moment, overcome your fears and get the videos out there. And when you start doing that, it's surprising. You start getting all these private messages from people that you've helped, and then that starts triggering your new beliefs, and you're like, wow, I've got to get this video out there because I'm helping all these people.
Yeah. And, you know, I think it really is actually, I totally forgot that I even did this series, but when I first started with video, I did a series called Mindfulness in a Minute. And I just gave everybody like one mindful habit that they could do. And I made sure to keep it to like a minute that I talked about it. So, I mean, people really want just quick, actionable things. So I think, you know, that's what helps them take action is when it is smaller. It's more doable than a kind of a big video that's 30 minutes long, you know.
Oh, I would never watch a video that long. Maybe there's a few people in the world I might watch a video that long for.
Right.
If it's comedy, I will. Yeah, because the other thing about the people seem to think, oh, well, I don't know what I'm going to say.
Right.
And so they think they have to write big, long articles. And quite often, if a client creates a blog post and says to me, what do you think of this? I'll look at it and go, great, you've got 3 blog posts in that one blog post. They really only do need to be short, sharp, and to the point. And when I ask that question on Facebook or what makes people watch to the end, yes, they said content, but so many people said, don't ramble. You don't need all the fluff.
Right.
You want short, sharp, what's in it for me? What am I going to learn from this right now?
Yeah.
And maybe a little entertaining.
Right. That's so true. So what made you decide to really focus on video as a piece of your business?
Somebody said you've got to do it. And the very first video I ever did got so much traffic and attention compared to anything I'd ever done before. I didn't even need to do it a second time to know that, wow, this is definitely the way to go. And for me now, when I think of over the years, every great client I've ever had, and I can look in the system and see the kind of the lifespan of a lead and when they've come onto my list and what they've done, every single one of my favorite clients I ever had started by watching a few of my videos and going through a sales funnel or vice versa. But every single one of them had watched some of my videos. And it's the videos, every time I get asked to speak, you know, and when I come over to the States and I'm asked to speak, it's always about the video blogging. It just took off. And my first ones were horrible. There's snippets of my first ones in the free video series you can send them to. I was 30 pounds overweight. So many people go, oh, I don't want to do video until I lose 30 pounds. I was the same, and I thought I'm going to do it anyway because making money for my family was more important than worrying about what I looked like. And that was there's snippets of that video funnel in the series. And, so you can see my chubby photos, my chubby videos.
The start of your journey on video. Yeah. And
it was also the start of my weight loss because I went, I don't want to feel like this.
No, that's not something, it's a good motivator for other things as well.
Makes you skinny.
Whatever it takes, right? So how do you feel it's really transformed your business, the video?
So with, I could have all these statistics for you because I've been looking at them all in the program. With the video, I think, what was the statistic? I wish I had them all written down for you. It was something ridiculous, like 80% higher conversion rates when you use video. So an average opt-in rate, so when you, for the newbies, an opt-in is like, let's say you have a page where you capture their name and email address and then you give them something free on the other side of the page. An average opt-in rate that you kind of want to go for, if you can get it over 20%, that's great. So if you're aiming for 20%, anything below that, you want to make some tweaks. If I've got a static opt-in page with the average being 20, I can tell you right now the video series that I'm firing people through to that you can send them to, even it was at 65% opt-in rate for the video one, and then it dropped, because I did Facebook ads, it dropped down to 52%, which is awesome. That's like an amazing opt-in rate. I'm extremely pleased. I had estimated in my plan that it was probably going to drop to about a 30% opt-in rate once the Facebook ads and the colder traffic started going there. But 52% I'm super happy with.
Signing up for your video series.
Yeah. The proof is in the stats. And there has not been a single time where my videos, even back when they were really crap and I had my cell phone and I was holding it with my hand doing a selfie video under a tree. Right. And I felt chubby and the video was shaking and the lighting was horrible and the audio was crap. Even then, the stats for videos did way, way, way better.
Right. And even though, a lot more people are doing video now, so is it harder to stand out?
Here's the thing. No matter what you teach, my other program is about creating online programs and getting yourself out there. It's about getting that program idea out of your head. And that's my boom formula. And in the boom formula, the things that I teach, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people teaching what I teach. But what makes you unique is there's a group of people that resonate with you and will not resonate with anybody else teaching the same stuff in the industry. I've got friends who teach almost exactly the same as me, but our personalities are slightly different. Right. So we've actually, there's been times where our clients come to me and not them, or to them and not me, just because of our different style. Yeah. So you don't kind of want to go out there with a competitive mindset. Yeah, you want to stand out, so be unique as possible, and focus your content in a certain way, making sure it's focused on your audience, throwing in some cool, exciting things. If you want to get humorous on camera, great. If you think of creative ideas when you're in the shower and you think, no, it's too crazy, do them. Those are the ones that do the best. So have fun, get creative, get crazy with it. Don't sit at your desk and try and come up with ideas. Go walking, I said, in the shower, joking around with friends when you're having a wine. Write that down. Put it in your phone and go and do those ideas. But at the end of the day, people are going to resonate with you or they won't. And whether there's competitors around, they're going to go with the person that they resonate with the most as well. Right.
Yeah, that's great advice. And I think that that's what's really awesome about video is it's really like the real deal person, unless you're like an Academy Award actress. It's like really your personality coming out. And I think that people can really connect with you quicker than even just like reading a blog you write or looking at your pictures.
Too. If you're not being authentic, people can see right through that. So the more authentic you are, whether you're goofing around, joking around, giggling, just totally being yourself and being natural, they will love that because it'll be the next best thing to being right in front of you, but you get to be global with it.
Right. Right. And I really think, people just need to get out of their heads because how we see ourselves is not how everybody else sees us.
They're more concerned with themselves than they are with us.
Yeah. They're a lot nicer to us than we are to ourselves.
And every now and again, the more you put yourself out there, the more likely you are to get the odd weird person who wants to. Sure. Usually when you're a female, it's just some guy being sleazy and you learn to get thick-skinned about it very fast because it doesn't matter what anybody puts. They're just reflecting back on themselves, what their own issues are. It's all about them, not about you. So.
Right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to have the info below this video so that everyone can head over and check out your video series because it sounds like there's really valuable information in there to get people started.
Awesome. The first one's kind of giving them the plan to creating their online TV show. The second one's addressing those 8 common fears. And the third one is content ideas. So showing you the top 5 content ideas that have worked for me. And one of my videos, which was from back when I was using just my cell phone, that got 30,000 views. And I think one of those was actually about you mentioned the background. It was how I used a couple of lights on my dirty walls in my garage,
Right.
and that's where I was filming. And it was showing how you get the white background. But the white background, don't even bother trying to do it if you're a newbie, unless you've got help. Do whatever,
Right.
sit in the lounge, go do it outside, whatever you got to do. You'll spend too long trying to get the white background. So just have something behind you. Just be casual. Sit at your kitchen table. Do whatever you got to do.
Right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I know everybody's going to really benefit from checking those videos.
Awesome. Thank you. And I'm just going to take a picture of our picture so I can put it on Facebook and tell them to go over and see you as well. So the selfie of the selfie. Here we go.
Awesome.